What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Bullish Buzz. Today we are going to be going over another amazing stock. This is a brand new stock that we have now added to our long-term buy list, and this is a stock with massive upside, great financials, great look on the chart, at a great discount with amazing upside, like I said. Now, this is a stock that I believe has a very high ceiling, a very high floor, and with the great financials that they do have, if they are able to continue this growth over the next couple of years, decades, so on and so forth, we could definitely see this company, 5 to 10x in that time. Now, I do also want to mention that this is a new company. This is a very young company that IPO'd last year, so there is definitely some risk added, but overall, with their financial growth, I do think that that can play in our favor. So let's not waste any more time. I do want to jump right into this video. Let's go ahead. Before we do jump over to the chart and check out this stock, I do want to ask if you guys could possibly leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys do end up enjoying this stock or not. If you guys want to see another stock that I could break down or not. Let me know if you fuck with me or not. And let's get right into it. I don't know what's going on. If you guys don't see the chart moving, I've literally just spent like 30 minutes trying to figure this out. But, a little bit anticlimactic here. This is the stock that we are looking at today, and this is the stock that I believe will outperform the broader market as a whole in 2026. This also happens to be the stock that has great financials to the tune of a high floor, high ceiling, high potential, great risk to reward, amazing company with great financials, and a great discount on the stock chart right here. So let's not waste any more time. Let's break this down. Hopefully, all right, we're all good still. We'll see. Now, you guys can see the stock right here in front of me is going to be Core Weave, ticker symbol CRWV. I'll put it up right here so you guys can go check it out. This is a company that is brand new. This company went IPO or went public just last year, and I believe that this company has massive upside really because of that. Now, we'll talk about the financials in just a minute, but I do want to break down the stock chart first. Now, I did send out an alert at $80.86. That means that currently from that entry, we are already up around 22% from our alert. Now, with this average price being very good and already being up so much, we can go ahead and pull our stop loss now up to break even really at our average price. But overall, we should continue to see some upside. Now, I will switch to the weekly time frame here as we do continue to break this down because we do have a bunch of weekly gaps. Now, you guys can see both of these candles right here are pretty much going to be a full weekly gap. So if you really want to draw it out, you can say that we have a bearish fair value gap right here that we are currently filling. Whatever you want to do, if you want to call that or not, we are still looking very bullish. So overall, it looks like we should be waiting to break out of this trend. I would not be surprised if switching back to the daily time frame here, I would not be surprised if we do see some kind of break and then pull back to around a level like that, and then we go ahead and head up towards our TPs. But talking about those TPs, this is where we get into the fun part. Talking about those TPs, you guys can see we have TP1 up 75%. That first 75% is going to be up to $142.30. After that, we're going to run up to all-time highs, which is up 133% from our entry at $80.86. Following that, we're going to run up to TP2. That is up 175% at $217. That is something that I will be targeting by really the end of this year into quarter 1, quarter 2 of 2027 if the bull run does continue. Now, I do think that this will outperform the overall and broader market as a whole, but if we do get a pullback, we are most likely going to pull back as well. Probably going to outperform on the downside as well, as this is a new company. So I do want to reiterate the fact that this is not financial advice. This is a speculative name, but with the financials to back it, it is pretty interesting. And in my opinion, it's worth the risk. Now, runner TP up 290%. That's $312. That is a great gain, and that's something that I believe could happen by the end of 2027, maybe into 2028. Now, of course, all of this could happen this year, or none of this could happen this year. That is the risk that is added. But taking a look at their financials and forecasting here, you guys can see CRWV is looking pretty good. We see a buy rating from TradingView right here. We have targets all the way up 111% to $208. Now, as I do scroll down, taking a look at EPS and revenue here, we are looking pretty damn good. EPS is going from negative 27 cents to negative 20, or I can't even read, $1.34 in loss, right? To minus 25 cents in loss, to very profitable at $2.11 in EPS, to very profitable at $4.59 in EPS, and continuing to grow. So this is a great company that's already showing amazing EPS growth just 1 year after IPOing. Very impressive. If they can continue to scale, we should see some pretty good stuff coming from CoreWeave here. Now, we can also see revenue is growing great. $1 billion in 2024, $5 billion in 2025, $10 billion in 2026, $20 billion in 2027, and $28 billion in 2028. This company looks absolutely primed, yeah? This shit looks good, bruv. That is some crazy growth. I mean, this company is worth $50 billion right now, and they're looking to do $30 billion in revenue 3 years after their IPO in 2028 with very, very profitable margins. Now, taking a look at where they are today, they are still looking pretty good. You guys can see that price to sales is only at 10.3x. That's pretty good. We can also see that margin is increasing. Margin is now, this is wrong. This is wrong. We're going to avoid that. But that is I don't know. Why is it wrong? Anyways, we can see that this is a great company nonetheless. Obviously, they still aren't profitable yet, but they are getting very, very close to, after, a loss of $1.30 on EPS, coming all the way back and seeing about a loss of 25 cents, all the way growing to $5 in 2028. That is insane. Now, that is crazy, and that is why I do believe that CoreWeave can definitely see some pretty good upside. I am very, very bullish on the stock, if you could tell. Now, with this stock, there is some other things that we can talk about, and that is NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA has actually taken a pretty hefty stake in CoreWeave, and this is a stock that I believe will start to benefit and kind of ride the back or ride the tail end of what we have seen with NVIDIA. Now, I do not think that this is the next NVIDIA. I am not saying that whatsoever, but we have seen companies that have gotten investments from NVIDIA do very, very well. We know NVIDIA is a very smart company. We know NVIDIA is a very great company. So we know that they're probably putting their money in the right places, and with them putting a lot of money towards CoreWeave, that has me very attracted to this stock. Now, really, with CoreWeave, this is simple. The chart is very, very simple. We are expecting a lot of upside, and taking a look on the monthly time frame. Now, about a year into IPO, you guys can see we really came down and bounced off of this IPO price for the most part, moving up off of that. And I do expect to break out of this overall flagging, whatever the hell you want to call it, very, very soon. I can even draw this up, and you guys can see just how tight this is looking, just how good this is looking. And you guys can see coming down and filling this fair value gap that was created on the monthly time frame right here is going to be very, 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 very bullish for this company. And I do believe that since we have just now filled it, we will start to turn around and see some more upside. Now, if we are looking on the daily time frame, guys, I could tell you, I'm not going to give you any kind of, time frames on when this kind of stuff will happen, but I will tell you that if we're looking at these TPs, I expect this to be hit this year. I expect TP1 to be hit this year. I expect all-time highs to possibly be hit this year, and I would love to see TP2 get hit this year. Runner TP, that is something for the end of next year, possibly 2028. If we do get a pullback in the overall market, of course, we are going to see a pullback in this stock, just like we will in every other stock. It's normal. Just because the stock may go down does not mean that the company changes. And that goes for anything that has strong financials. But overall, this is just a great look. I could continue to ramble, but really, it doesn't need to be more than that. CoreWeave is a great company. We've taken a look at their financials. We've taken a look at their chart. Both are lining up in tandem to point where? Up. Of course, that's not financial advice. Of course, you should do your own research because I think you will enjoy what you find. But CoreWeave looks great. CoreWeave looks great. And I wanted to let you guys know that via YouTube video. So that is why I'm making this video. If you guys want to see any more breakdowns on CoreWeave or any other stocks, please let me know either in the comments down below or join up on our Discord, which you guys can find linked in bio. That is where we're going to have all of our information, and that is where you guys can find more stocks like CoreWeave before they break out and not check it out later after CoreWeave is already up 25%. You get a late entry, you have a little bit of downside. So that is the con to checking it out over here on YouTube, but the pro is we got premium, baby. Now, that is all I have for you guys today in this video. CoreWeave is a great stock, and I believe this stock will obviously move higher. Of course, I am rambling out of my ass right now, so I'm going to cut this off before it gets too boring. Make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want to see next, and I will see y'all in the next video later, guys. See ya, baby. Bye.